Good Wednesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams, and I am glad that you are watching tonight. For those of you that do watch tonight, God bless you. I appreciate you tuning in on a Wednesday night. It is an absolutely beautiful night here in Bryan County, and I can't imagine it being any better. You know, we were talking about some things yesterday during Election Day, and had to wait outside in line for a little while, and that was okay. It was actually the longest line that I had ever been in at this particular polling place, and I voted at the administration building for the Brent Independent School District, and I can't imagine the weather being any better. I mean, it just absolutely was as good as it could possibly be to be outside. And I know there were places where people waited longer. They got there earlier than I did. They were there when it was dark, before the sun came up, after the sun went down. I was just blessed to get to do what I got to do. So very, very thankful for what I had yesterday. Very thankful for what I have today. Short show tonight. We'll talk about a couple of things really quickly. We want to end it on a good note. So I want to give a shout out to Kristen Banks. How are you, Kristen? Charity Banks. Wow. I thought y'all were just like, one Lulu and Hazel comment section. So I didn't know you had your own Facebook pages. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching on a Wednesday night. I appreciate that, and everyone else for stopping by tonight. I've changed out a couple of different pennants. By the way, pennants by, not penance like I'm, repenting for something. The pennants, Pro Image here in Durant. Pro Image here in Durant. That's where I buy my pennants. So got a couple of different ones up tonight. Still don't have one from the local university, although I am promoting. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. So there we go. Let's talk about national news, and then we'll bring it down. This election results in the Bryan County Patriot listed Oklahoma and Bryan County election results. And of course, we talked about the Bryan County numbers last night. The Oklahoma numbers were not in their entirety when we did the show. So Oklahoma numbers voting for president, 1,018,870 votes in the state of Oklahoma for Donald Trump. 503,289 votes in the state of Oklahoma for Joe Biden, U.S. But, he actually got the fourth most amount of votes in the state of Oklahoma, and there were 6 people on the ballot. So there you go. I think he did concede. I don't know why. There's still, states are in question out there. I'm not sure, but I think he did go ahead and concede. I think he's looking for his 2024 run, and at this point, who even knows what we're going to be seeing in 2024. So there it is. I wanted to talk about a couple of things, and one thing in particular. Obviously, in the state of Oklahoma, it's about a 2-to-1 margin. People who are voting for President Trump as opposed to former Vice President Biden. And I know that the numbers fluctuated over the course of the evening. I know we still don't know what's going on. I know that lawsuits. If you didn't think lawsuits were going to go into play, you really weren't paying attention. Lawsuits were going to go into play from one side or another, and they're working on how to get this done. For the side that we probably talked about more here on this show, if President Trump does not win re-election according to the way that this is panning out, the numbers changed and they've varied over the course of the last 24 to 30 hours, and they continue to vary. And if it doesn't play out the way that I would have liked to have seen it play out, I have been pleased with the Trump presidency. I know my taxes have gone down. I know that I felt comfortable in the world because I don't think anyone's going to mess with the United States with President Trump in charge. And I think they're scared of him. Other countries are scared of him, and rightfully so. And I think there's a lot of good in that. But that having been said, it may go a different direction. And you know what? I'm relatively certain that people aren't going to burn downtown Durant if it does. I feel like that's not going to be the response. But one way or the other, I have felt comfortable in the last 4 years. And I don't know, it's one of those things. Is there something in there where I feel like God doesn't necessarily, don't need to feel comfortable. You need to get up off your backside and get on your knees and spend more time in prayer. When we feel comfortable, do we not pray enough? I wonder sometimes. I think it's one of those things. If you've ever been in life, you've been in a difficult situation, and it's Wednesday night, so it's sometimes on Wednesday nights I get to preach a little bit, and I do have a license, so I feel like I can. But if you ever felt like that when things aren't going as well, you find yourself praying more, and when things are going smoothly, you don't feel the need to pray as much. Has anyone ever been there? I mean, you don't have to raise your hand. You can raise your hand. I'm not going to see it, so it's okay. But I have been there before. And, being 49 years old, not 50, but 49, but being 49 years old, I have gone through situations in my life where I know things weren't, when it wasn't easy, when, you didn't see as much in the bank account, when you have kids that aren't feeling well, or when you're dealing with, whatever the case may be. And it seems like that the prayer time goes up a little bit during those situations. And if you're a little more comfortable, that's all right. And again, I don't know that, I don't know if I've actually said this or not, but I think my attitude has portrayed it. It's all right, God, I've got this. It's okay. Don't worry about me today. I've got this, and I can handle it. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. Anyway, we do need to always find ourselves in a constant state. And the way I've heard this before, being desperate for the presence of God. When we're desperate, lots of times we're more desperate for God's presence. When we're not as desperate physically, mentally, emotionally, sometimes we're not as desperate for God's presence. And so there's Tracy, man, I see you tonight. And, I appreciate the amen. So sometimes it is that way. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Anyway, around, I will tell you now what I always tell you: do not walk in fear. And I'll be, like I said, I've even in the last 24 hours, scenarios have run through my head. What's this going to be like if this is the case? If this plays out in a way that was different than what I wanted, what's this going to mean for me as a Christian? What's this going to mean for me as a business owner? What's this going to mean for me as a husband, as a father? And I've heard it said. By the way, I will go on record right now. November 4th. Go ahead and put this down. You can put some kind of marker or memory down on this Facebook and YouTube and Twitter broadcast. It'll be there. So I'm going on record as saying this. I've heard a lot of people, and because I did. What does this mean for me as a business owner? What does this mean for me as a husband and father? Because if Mr. Biden gets into office, he's already said he's going to raise our taxes, and then he said something different. Well, I'm not going to raise your taxes if you make less than $400 or $400,000, $400,000. But then he said again, well, he's going to roll back all of the tax breaks that President Trump put in motion. And I want to clarify really quickly. You can say you're not going to raise taxes, but if you take away tax breaks and then the taxes go back up, that's raising taxes. And I want to be very clear about that, because don't tell me something that's not true. Well, I'm not going to raise your taxes, but I'm going to take away the tax breaks you had. You're raising taxes. So just be clear. Be honest. I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. Be honest about that. If you want to have a conversation with someone, you say, well, they're not raising taxes. They're just rolling back the tax breaks that you had. That's called raising taxes, because you're going to be paying more now than you did before. You understand? This is simple math, and it shouldn't be hard. I know Washington makes lots of things hard. And so just want to clarify it, and I want to go on record as saying that. You can put it down November 4th, 2020. So that having been said, hi to a lot of other folks. Ronnie, man, it's good to see you now. I've got my monitor over here now tonight, so I'm working from a different studio. I know the audio is not the same. I know we're still working on that, but thanks for being on tonight, Ronnie. Man, it's good to see you today. Jason, I love the Shamrocks as always, so that is really cool. All right, this is what we need to talk about. Veterans Day. Veterans Day and Christmas is coming. So let's talk about those two things really quickly. And these are things that you'll be able to find on the BryanCountyPatriot.com website. a little bit later on this week, one of these tomorrow. But I got the release a little bit later on the day, and I wanted to give it a full day. Besides all that Wednesday night's a church night, not everybody's going to get these things as they come through. So Veterans Day, there is no Veterans Day parade this year. So the VFW and the DAV are going to be hosting a Veterans Day program. It will be on Wednesday morning, which is 1 week from today, and it's going to be on Wednesday morning. So keep that in mind. It'll be at the DAV, at the VFW post, which is just south of Main Street. And so that is, I believe it's on 3rd Street. If I'm wrong, 3rd Street, 2nd Street, somebody help me out here. It's on Avenue, actually, I know that's right. Either 2nd Avenue or 3rd Avenue, just south of Main Street. And someone can help me out with that in the comment section, please. But hi, Dottie. Good to see you tonight. Kat's already been in here and checked out the monitor, so I think that I've got him out of the set tonight. There have been a lot of half-truths this election season, Mike. You're exactly right. And, you know, it's funny, too, because sometimes people say, well, I didn't tell, I didn't tell a lie, I just didn't tell the whole truth. Really? Did you just actually say that with your out loud voice? Because, yes, if it's not the whole truth, then it's not the truth. And therefore, I feel like I'm doing a Monty Python sketch here. So anyway, all right. So that is coming up. That is 1 week from today. No Veterans Day parade. There will be a Veterans Day program, and we'll get the information to you because I should get a chance to visit with Pappy about that. And he's a fantastic guy and runs the VFW here in town. The other thing is, and I'm going to read this one. Hi, Brent. Good to see you tonight. I'm going to go ahead and read this one. This release will be on the site tomorrow. This is what I was saying that I didn't put it out tonight because I wanted to give it a little bit more day today. The Durant Chamber of Commerce and Durant Main Street are going to be doing a hometown holiday tour on Tuesday, December 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. Now, if you're familiar with Tuesday, December 1st, then you know, well, it's the first day of the month, so it has to be the first Tuesday of the month, and that's when we historically have a Christmas parade in Durant on the first Tuesday of the month. No Christmas parade this year, and if this is news to you, I'm sorry I have to be the one to break it to you. No Christmas Day parade or no Christmas parade this year in Durant, of course, because of the beer bug. And I am so ready to not talk about that anymore. I'm over it. I'm officially over it. I've been officially over it for a while, but it's just starting to spill out from. Anyway, because of that, that's why we're not doing a Veterans Day parade. So we're not doing a Christmas Day parade, or a Christmas parade, but, and this is a big but, and I cannot lie. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just could not resist that. This is there's not going to be a parade, but there is going to be an event here in Durant, thanks to the Chamber of Commerce and Durant Main Street. Here it is. In lieu of a Christmas Day, Veterans Day, not Christmas Day, Veterans Day. In lieu of the Durant Christmas Parade, a hometown holiday tour will feature businesses and organizations creating stationary floats and displays at their places of business or festively decorating their property for the holiday season, allowing for patrons to drive by on their own for a free holiday tour throughout the Durant community. So this is really, really cool. This is, thank you all. Somebody laughed with me. I appreciate it. This is cool. Okay, back to this. Here we're right there. We're you and me. Hometown holiday tour, stationary floats. I had never thought about that. I think that is incredibly cool. I think it's a great way to get to not only promote your business, people get to go downtown, they're driving around 6 to 8 p.m. I don't know, people may be out and about at the businesses then. I don't know what else is going to be happening for everyone in their local businesses. We'll have more information on that between now and December 1st. But this is a cool thing. And if you guys haven't noticed yet, how about what the downtown Durant is growing so much, so many nice businesses, so many great places. You know, we had Coffee Network today. We had last week it was at Boomerang, other side of town, but still great business. We're thankful to have Boomerang here in Durant. UE was the site for the Coffee Network today. I tell you what, Stephanie and Buddy have that place going on, and it's a great store. And there's even a store inside the store with Magnolia Threads, and Hannah Wingfield has her business inside UE. Now, the Wingfields have the Magnolia storage out on Highway 72, but 70 also. But there's so many great businesses in town. Everything looks so good. These the signage, which is telling you where to go with all of the businesses downtown, and here's how you get here, and all this stuff. Just walking around Main Street, it's fun. It is fun to walk around downtown Durant. Just any day, Saturday, Tuesday afternoon, doesn't matter. It's fun to walk around downtown Durant, and it's growing. It's getting better all the time. So we definitely need to promote that. Yes, we. And it's, let me, first off, I did need to focus. But secondly, Michelle, when I blush, it just takes over everything. I can't hide it. It's one of those things. Mrs. Patriot regularly will tell me, she's been talking to me about this. She said, I need broadcast makeup. And I probably could use some broadcast makeup. Now, lighting being what it is here with this particular set, it's not showing all the lines and wrinkles. Well, it may show a few, but for the most part, it's not showing that many. With some of the different lighting in a couple places that I've been, yeah, I could probably use some. Thing is that you can't just, where does the makeup end? If you're going to put it on me, where does it go right here, and does it keep going? Does it just keep going on back here? I mean, you run out of the makeup before we get through with one shoot. That's all I'm saying. It becomes very expensive. So anyway, downtown Durant and the hometown holiday tour, that release will be on Bryan County Patriot. Probably tonight. We'll promote it tomorrow morning. So BryanCountyPatriot.com. I want to say thank you to all of the sponsors and advertisers, by the way, who do have their businesses promoted on the Patriot. I see a couple of people here online. We talk about, let me talk about some folks who are in the comments section tonight. Let me go that route then, okay? We have Ronnie Walters in the comments section tonight, and Ronnie's Tex Home Financial Services. We have Jason Manus and all the little Shamrocks there, Shamrock Bank, who advertiser and sponsors BryanCountyPatriot.com. Mike Rawls with the Country Framer. So thankful for him as well. Let me see. I know we have Brent Gordon is on here as well. That's right. Brent Gordon Funeral Home. We appreciate Brent. And by the way, the title sponsorship, you see him and all that at the little top up there. So appreciate him. And one other one too, and Shanna Johnson and Tracy Johnson, I appreciate Don't Blink Photography. I think I did. I just lost a pennant. South Florida just went away. Okay, we'll get South Florida back up there. All right. I need some broadcast tape. That's what I need. I need some gaff tape back there for that. Okay. All right. Well, there we are. So I appreciate all of our sponsors and everyone for being a part. Now, let's go ahead and finish up then. And I've already preached to you and I've shared with you. If we feel like we're being too comfortable, then maybe there's something. I'm telling you what, the Bulls do not want to be behind me tonight. That's okay. We'll just let the Bulls fall off the wall. No, we won't. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay, there we go. You just made room for an OU pennant. Is that what it is, Mike? That's fine. I think OU could be South Florida. That's all right. Anyway, Central Florida, by the way, coached by a former OU football player. Can you tell me who is the coach at Central Florida? Former OU football player? Former OU football player. Helped Oklahoma win a national championship game. Props to the first person who can tell me who's the coach at Central Florida, which is right here, there on the wall. Big name in OU football history. All right, so we were talking about, by the way, the fact that we need to be desperate for God's presence. We just do. And we don't need to be too comfortable in where we are. And I will tell you, I've been comfortable. I've been comfortable with who has been there. So we'll see how this all turns out. Now the Hogs were coming off the wall first. That was there. Josh Heupel, there you go. Josh Heupel, coach at UCF. So the Knights won a mythical national championship a couple years ago because they went undefeated, but nobody in the national media cared. Anyway, all right, so let's wrap this one up. I said I was wrapping it up. There's a reason I was wearing this tonight, and I don't know if you can still see me or not. I've frozen up on my end, so anyone can still, maybe you can see me? All right, hope you can. Here we go. Really? Really? You're going to do that? All right. I see I need to wrap up because apparently my internet signal is going and the Bulls just don't want to stay on the wall. We will be doing a Midwest Sports Saturday, first Midwest Sports Saturday of this athletic year next Thursday, 8 days from now. 8 days from now, our first Midwest Sports Saturday. And I know you're going, Joey, it's a Thursday. But that's the name of the show is Midwest Sports Saturday. And we do have them on Thursdays occasionally. So that's the case. And it's going to be on campus at Southeastern. Our first Midwest Sports Saturday of this athletic and academic year is going to be on campus at Southeastern. It's going to start in the evening, 5:45, 6 o'clock, somewhere like that. We'll get you the details on that. But I will be there. I'm going to get to visit with the head coach of the football team. We're going to get to visit with the athletic. With the athletic director at Southeastern, lots more folks. It's going to be fun. It really will be fun. I'll have a different background behind me. There will be no USF Bulls behind me, none whatsoever. Nothing like that's going to be behind me, but it's going to be a lot of fun. That is next Thursday. We're going to do our first Midwest Sports Saturday of the season, so that'll be cool. So I invite you to. It'll be online and it will be on the Midwest Sports Net YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. Midwest Sports Net. You can look that up. All you have to do if you have YouTube, just search up Midwest Sports Net, and you'll see a little ring. I mean, it may not be the only thing you find, but my channel is the little ring with the MW in it, a blue field. Midwest Sports Net. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Seriously, it does help because anything like that helps the business. Helps me with the Bryan County Patriot and the BCP Live too. It's all one business here at Emerald Quest. So anyway, boy, this is just, there we go. Mike, you got that OU pennant? I think there's room. I think there's room for the OU pennant there now because the Bulls are just, they're done. They're done for the night. They've had it. They're over it too. They're over talking about the beer bug too. That's just it. All right. Be wise. Look, we have a lot on our plates. And can I tell you, there are a lot of folks that need to be prayed for right now. There are a lot of people, seriously, that need to be prayed for. There are a lot of people in Washington. There are a lot of people in Arizona. There are a lot of people in Pennsylvania. There are a lot of people in Michigan. There are a lot of people in Wisconsin. There are a lot of people in North Carolina. There are a lot of people in Georgia. There are a lot of people right here in Oklahoma who need to be prayed for. And so I want to encourage you to pray for people, even if you don't agree with them. Pray for wisdom. And pray for that the right thing is done. Whatever the right thing is. Okay? Whatever the right thing is. Sometimes I don't even know what the right thing is, but I ask God, Father, whatever the right thing is, that's what I pray that gets done. And help me to understand and recognize whatever that is. So anyway, but be wise. Be wise. Walk in love. Okay? And number 3, if somebody puts boomer in the comment section, you got to follow it up with sooner. I mean, no, that's not it. And number 3, do not walk in fear. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't walk in fear. Hey, we're going to have another good show tomorrow night. And you know what? I don't think the Bulls are going to be on the wall behind me. We'll find out what takes the place of the South Florida Bulls because they will not be behind me tomorrow night. That's guaranteed. All right, Tracy, Ronnie, all you guys are incredibly cool. Kristen, you are incredibly cool, and I appreciate you too. Everyone for watching, thank you very much for spending some time with me on a Wednesday night. Please, let's be desperate for the presence of God and just seek Him no matter what. All right, if you don't have that wisdom, all you have to do is ask. Be wise, walk in love, do not walk in fear. Have a great night. I will see you all on Thursday.